In Arizona, in the corridors of power, not a word of truth is spoken in any language. Words are chosen carefully or not so carefully. But what's the difference? In America, you can make a career out of blaming the victim. In Arizona, they're banning ethnic studies. They're banning accents from the classroom, truth from the text. They say that certain lessons can only create resentment. They're doing the same in Texas, where evangelical preachers, so-called experts, say that Cesar Chavez sitting next to Benjamin Franklin in a textbook, that must be ludicrous. And I agree. I mean, Benjamin Franklin spent his days consorting with the people who owned slaves, men whose hands never knew work. Cesar Chavez spent his day with men of sweat and grit and dirt. Franklin was an owning class. Chavez among the toiling mass. Franklin represented exploitation. Chavez the exploited. So yeah, the comparison is ludicrous. And in Texas, in Arizona, throughout the rest of America, that's not what they mean when they say, hey, great amigo, this is still the land of the Anglo, this is the white man's land. There's no understanding, there's no culture clash. They're not responding to some unfounded fears or some new school, new ideas delivered in new accents claiming to be from some new unwashed ethnic perspective. No, they're talking about the truth. They're tired of finally having to hear the truth. That in this country, forged in genocide, built on slavery, that the heroes of the history books built their mansions on top of people's graveyards.
Come on.
That our grandparents, living as children in New Mexico, California, Texas, Utah, Colorado, and Arizona, all once Mexico, they lived in towns where the diners had signs that said, no Negroes, no dogs, no Mexicans. Yeah, that kind of history might create some resentment. And no, this isn't some ethnocentric view, a Chicano study, a special interest. This is the truth. And you're going to hear it because from now on, we're going to write our own history. We're going to fight with our own dignity.
Come on.
Because we know that no one else will do it for us. And this isn't racism finally standing up. We're not just books on a shelf, we're people. We're human beings. We live in a breathing struggle. And what we came from, where we come from, with pride and humanity, declaring yourself a human is not ever a cause of resentment. It's resistance, because we're not going to live like rats. We're not going to live like dogs. No, we will walk anywhere and everywhere with our head held high, holding our children in the stories of our grandparents and the legends of our great-grandparents with dignity. And when we finally tell our story, when we tell it truthfully, we tell it honestly, how it happened, why it happened, who's responsible. Yeah, when we do, when we finally do, that truth will set us all free.
Amen.